Also see the eye filling in. Again, not much in the eye, and then you can see it kind of filling in here. Notice we've got some incredibly strong banding right around the center here, just south and east of Dothan, moving into Georgia. Also, the outer bands, which have tornadoes associated with them. Tornado watch in effect for almost the entire state of Georgia, also into parts of Florida as well. And this whole system moving up toward the north. So Georgia seeing it now into middle Georgia, eventually into the Carolinas, and then our way. Let's take a look. This is the latest track as of the 5 o'clock advisory. Now we're going to get another one in about 10 minutes, and I think this is going to go down to about 100-mile-an-hour Category 2 storm. That's how fast it weakens. Just a few hours ago it was a Category 4. It'll be a 2, I think, in the next advisory. Moving north-northeast at 16 miles per hour through Georgia, through the Carolinas as a tropical storm with devastating winds. Again, 45-mile-an-hour winds moving at you at 20 miles per hour. That's going to cause a lot of damage into the Carolinas, a lot of power outages there, and then it's going to come up just south and east of us. Now, we don't get the direct impacts of it, but as it interacts with a cold front, Lauren Ricketts and I have been looking at this all day. Lauren, we're still going to get some pretty big impacts in our area, and some of those involve wind and, of course, some of that heavy rain.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the heavy rain really begins tomorrow afternoon. We may see a few showers before then. Look at that. I lost my data. But here we go. 5, 6 o'clock. Here's that frontal system. You can see it stretches up to New York all the way down just to the east side of Roanoke. Look at this heavy rain through central Virginia, and that goes all the way down into North Carolina. Of course, it doesn't need the rain after Florence. But here's Michael right there. It's all starting to join forces. This is tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, and then it pushes offshore. By the time we get into Friday morning, it is out of here, but then we're left with the wind. However, from the rain, we're going to get out of it mostly around an inch in our area, possibly up to 2 inches. But if you go closer to where Michael's headed offshore, which Doug just showed you, right around Virginia Beach and North Carolina area, that's where you see an uptick in those totals as we go through Friday morning, even into southern Maryland, off to the eastern shore, Bethany, Rehoboth, possibly 7 inches of rain. That's why we have flash flood watches for some portions of our region. Fredericksburg, Stafford County, going through southern Maryland and out to the eastern shore. But most of us will just see about an inch of rain here in our area. Then we get into Friday overnight, or Thursday overnight into Friday, that's when we start to see the winds pick up. They're going to be pretty gusty winds all the way through your Friday morning commute. In fact, if you go south and east, once again, those winds are going to be picking up and could gust up to 50 miles an hour. By the time we head home on Friday, those winds will start to calm down. But Thursday overnight into Friday, some very gusty winds. But we will have some sunshine on Friday, Doug. I wish we could say the same about the weekend. And we do have some sunshine for the weekend, maybe a few sprinkles on Saturday. But again, not too bad in terms of what we're going to see around here. Yeah, it's a chilly weekend, and I want to continue to reiterate that point. I've gotten it on Facebook, I've gotten it on Twitter, I've gotten phone calls in the studio here today. This is not a major impactful storm for us. I don't want you to worry about it. Tomorrow is just a rainy day across the area with temperatures in the 70s. The heaviest winds come in overnight tomorrow night into early on Friday. We've dealt with wind upwards of 30 miles per hour. That's not too strong, but yes, we could see some trees down, especially in parts of our southern viewing area. But that's about it. 62 degrees on Saturday. I think the cooler air that's moving in is a bigger factor here. 62 on your Saturday, over 40s overnight on Saturday and Sunday. Another chance of showers on Monday. And guys, we're staying on the cool side now. I hope you got the sweaters out, the boots out, Wendy, because, hey, you're going to need them all next week.
I have them in the back of my car.
Boom.
He's just been waiting for this. All right, Doug, thank you. The Caps winning their first ever Stanley Cup brought such excitement to our region. But you know who wasn't so stoked about it? The folks from Vegas. And tonight, a shot at some revenge for the Golden Knights. News 4 Sherry Burris joins us now live from Capital One Arena ahead of this big game tonight. Yeah, they do want some payback.
Oh, yeah, Jim. But get this. The Caps tonight is their first game in 5 days. But because it is against the team they beat to win the Stanley Cup, the Vegas Golden Knights, there is no extra juice needed for the Capitals. And you may remember the last time these two teams played. Back in June, a historic night for the Caps. Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final, a 4-3 win over Vegas. Disappointment and heartbreak for the Golden Knights, but long-awaited joy for Alex Ovechkin, hoisting the Stanley Cup, the first ever Stanley Cup in franchise history. Now, fast forward to the parade and the celebration rally. Lots of you probably remember these moments. TJ Oshie on stage chugging a beer through his jersey. The crowd absolutely